Hey everybody, it's Aaron, and welcome back to Lois Comics and Collectibles. And today we're going to kind of knock out two of my favorite things. An article, video on two of my favorite things. Card games and video games. And this is Slay the Spire, a digital deck building game. Digital deck building game. So we'll get started here and I'll try to explain everything as we go as to what a deck building game is and so forth. So let's play. Okay, the game has three modes. Your standard mode, which has 3 levels that you try to progress through to get to the top. A daily climb, which they change daily, and they have random modifiers you have to deal with, and you start with a random character. And custom is just a game mode that has a bunch of modifiers you can turn on and off to make, sort of your own custom Spire climb. So let's get started. When you first get the game, or if you get the game, you'll only have these 2 characters. You unlock this guy, I think, just through playing. And the 4th character, you have to beat the game with that guy unlocked to get that character. So we'll go over real quick what your character choices are. You have the Ironclad, who has 80 HP, and an artifact that after every combat he heals 6 HP. So think of the Ironclad kind of as a warrior. He has a lot of cards that boost his strength. He has melee attack cards, or cards that have a downside but do lots of damage and things like that. So think, your stereotypical warrior. The Silent, she has 70 HP, which is the lowest out of the 4 characters. And an artifact that allows you to draw 2 cards on the first round of any combat. And if you see this underneath the character, that means you have more cards that you can unlock to go into your pool for your store, and when you pick cards at the end of combat, but you have to get enough points to unlock them. So it's not really that big of a deal. It just means play that character more and you'll unlock them. But think of her more as a rogue. She has cards that put poison on the people, which is really nice because poison deals damage straight to their health. It isn't blocked by armor. She has some cards that give her lots of shields that are 0 cost cards that don't necessarily hit hard, but you can buff them with other cards and just do an infinite hit string. Or some of the builds I've seen with her. The defect I haven't played quite as much. He has 75 hit points. And a cracked orb that lets him channel 1 lightning at the beginning of any combat. So he has, at the beginning of the game, 3 orbs, and when you channel an elemental type, it gives you an orb of that type. And they have passive abilities to trigger every turn, I think lightnings deal 3 random damage to a random target. Ices get 2 armor. I think Void just gets stronger each turn. And then when an orb rotates all the way around and goes off the orb track, it's used and triggers a stronger version of its effect. So think of him kind of like a mage. He's sort of interesting. And the 4th one that I don't have unlocked, unfortunately, is the Watcher. She has 75 hit points, and she has an artifact that gives you a card at the start of the game that gives you an extra energy. Think of her kind of as a monk. She has a lot of cards that take her into stances, and those stances have effects. Some of them are double the damage you deal, but you take double damage, and then some of them are when you leave the stance, gain 2 energy. But for this one, we're going to go with the easier one. I say that even though I've never fully beaten the game, the Ironclad. And the reason why I say that is you'll see in this game, it's all about managing resources, and him being able to heal at the end of combat sort of gives you a little bit more leeway to take damage. Now this is, I don't know what he's actually called. I don't know if he has a name. I call him Zombie Well God. And after you play the game a couple times, each run you start, he'll talk to you and give you these options to sort of buff your start in the game. Upgrade a card, max HP plus 8, lose all gold, choose a rare colorless card to obtain, or lose your starting artifact to obtain a random boss relic. Just going to take the max HP because there's no cards in the starting deck I want to upgrade. Now to explain a deck building game. This is our starting deck, and we will go through the map here in a second, and you will get cards by fighting enemies and sometimes through other random events, and they'll go into this deck. And your objective is to pick cards from a random assortment and build the strongest deck possible and climb all the levels and beat the Spire. So that's the deck building aspect, because it's our deck and we're going to be building a deck as we go. It'll make more sense as we get started. There's your HP, your money. Potions are things you can get from randomly from combat or chest or the shop. And they go up here and you use them. They have random effects. So let's get started. So I generally look for a shop, because you beat things, you get money, and at the shop you can buy potions, relics, and cards, and even get rid of a card in your deck, which can be really good for streamlining how your deck works if you've ever played card games. So there's that one. What else? That one's further on there. Okay. So to go over, this is the first stage, but this is your basic map. You can go forward, you can't go backwards at any point in time. So if you were like up here, you couldn't go back to either one of these spaces. You can only go forward to one of those two. Question marks are random encounters, which can be any of these, or you'll get a dialog box with options that can give you buffs and minuses, or more items, or gold. Markets are, as I explained, a shop where you go and spend your money to buy cards and items. Treasure boxes usually have an artifact in them, but I think they can have cards and other things. Rest spots are where you can either rest or regain a certain percentage of your HP. Does it tell us? Or healing upgrade cards. No, I didn't tell you. Or you can not rest and heal and upgrade a card. That's regular enemies, and that signs elite enemies that will always give you a artifact, but they're tougher to beat than regular enemies. So let's get going, because one run can take a hot minute, and you'll sort of see what I'm talking about. Okay, here's our combat screen. Each card has a energy cost associated with it, which is that circle there. And this is our energy pool, which you can augment through items and cards. So, and each enemy will generally indicate what it's going to do above its head. So I know on his turn, which is after mine, he's going to swing for 11 damage. So let's block 10 and swing for 6. Sorry guys, now the way block works is it absorbs the amount of damage that you have in blocks. This will absorb 10 damage. But if it's not all used up, but after your opponent attacks, it goes away unless you have a card or artifact that states otherwise. So as you'll see, he'll hit me, I'll only take 1 damage, but it'll consume all my armor. Or it's called block, I think, is the technical term. So he's buffing himself. So this round, I'll just swing all out, because I'm not going to take damage. He gave himself 3 strength, which basically means all his attacks will do 3 more damage. 6, 19. I can't kill him this round. Block 1 and then I guess swing twice. So I'll take 5. Which if I can kill him next round means we'll heal back up to max thanks to our artifact. Which I'm not going to be able to, but he's buffing himself again, so I'll probably get out of this fight relatively scot-free. Unless I just don't get any attack cards next turn. These icons real quick are the amount of cards left in your deck to draw, and that's your discard pile. And if there's a purple circle that shows up over here, that's the number of cards we've exhausted, which means they are removed from the game for the duration of this combat. They don't go back into your deck when you run out of cards in your deck. You shuffle your discard pile and draw how many ever you're supposed to draw. But if they're exhausted, they don't go back into that pool. I'm going to try a block build again. So I'm going to, well, I say that, but that's a good card. I'll take that just in case. Because I say I'm going for a block build, but you don't know what you're going to get. So I may not get important cards I need for that build. So block that. Swing twice. And yeah, I'll just swing, kill that one. take 3 damage and a debuff. That's what the swirly there means. Green swirly. Big green swirly means he's just going to hit you with a debuff. A sword and a swirly means you're going to get hit with damage and a debuff. 18 and 6. Frail, which I think frail means you gain 25% less block. So as you see, my block cards don't give me as much as they did last time. But it doesn't matter because he's dead. Block potion, gain 12 block, could be useful with our build. Vulnerable. I guess I'll go with that. Applying vulnerable is not the worst thing in the world. Albeit for one turn, but it applies it to everybody. He's buffing. So I don't really like that card, but we'll set it up so maybe we can tee off on him and go good next round. Which I probably can. Cause okay, 6 damage. 27. And he's dead. So we got lucky there. Sometimes applying vulnerable is not bad, as much as I say I don't like that card. Double your block, we'll take that, see if we can't get lucky. I'm going to go this route to hit the shop. Now these bigger blocks have a cool effect that when you get them to half hit points, they will split into two slimes, with each slime having the amount of health the big slime had when it split. So, 16. Here, drink that and just swing. It'll block all but 4 damage. So 68, so when we get him down to 34, he'll split. Now sometimes I think it's a better strat if you know. Let me see here. Oh no, I triggered it. Well, I just made this 10 times harder on myself. I couldn't count. So now he's going to make 2 at 33. If I had held off and passed. Upside I don't take damage, but I could have spawned them at lower hit point values. Vulnerable to both. Hit that one. Block. Now when they get down to that small, luckily they don't divide anymore. That's as small as the slimes get, I think. But yeah, because they don't have the thing at the bottom. 13, 8, 22, so not enough. And I can't block anyway, so we're just better off killing him. Oh, I'm not going to be able to. Not going to be able to kill either. That's not good. That's very not good. But we'll be alright. I'd rather killed something, but we'll probably manage. 4. So we'll take no damage, and just, I probably should have put vulnerable on him, thinking about it now. Because that would have set me up to do more damage this round, if I need. We'll just reduce the amount of damage I want to take, because I can't kill him anyway. So we'll have to take another turn. Thank you. That should not have been as difficult as I made it. Yay, draw power. I like drawing. Alright, got it all really on the first try. Whenever you rotate a curse, increase your max hit points by 6. Wow, that's a little ridiculous. I mean, you don't necessarily like curses, but it makes it a not negative anymore. Or as much of a negative, because most curses just take up space in your deck. We're pretty good hit points, so. Is that. I do drop its cost. But I can't do that when I don't know if I'm going to get blocks. So we'll just take the extra damage and draw an extra card. That way, if I don't get what I need, I'm not necessarily screwed. anything that helps us? Not really. Whenever you play a power attack is skill in the same turn. Remove all of your debuffs. That doesn't seem that great. I'll take that. That can be a nice, hard-hitting card sometimes if you can draw it at the right point. Which would obviously be when you have, like, the most cards you possibly can in your draw pile. Like now. It's going to be... But that's 20 damage. These guys are annoying because their thing is when they hit you, they steal 15 gold from you. And if you don't kill them fast enough, they will run away with your money. So you got to kill these guys fast. And sometimes on the later levels, it spawns 2 of them. Block. Should be able to kill him next round. Hey, yeah. And yes, I think he even takes gold if he doesn't damage you. And it doesn't matter because that's dead. So, see, he stole 30 gold from us. So we'd have been not happy if he would have escaped. We'll take that. Like I said, I'm hoping to get some cards that'll make the block build viable. Upon picking up, choose an attack. Start each combat with this card in your hand. I'm going to go with that utility. Stop anger the mushrooms. Become cursed. I'm going to do that because that actually ups my max HP. Because I ate shrooms. Shop. That might be useful. It doesn't seem like it because you're like, oh, that's not that much, and you exhaust a card. But there's another defense card that when you exhaust it, you get like 2 or 3 energy. So I'm playing around hoping to get that much done, basically. So deal 13. I'll do that because I don't want to draw into something I'd like to use when I know I'm probably not going to be able to play it. Six, block 5. Because it's 1 damage, I'm not that worried about. I can heal that back pretty easy. 20. That perfect strike card gets more damage based on the number of cards I have in my deck that have strike in the name. I'm already up to 18 cards. I don't want to do that. I've never had this much trouble getting block cards, but it seems fitting that it happens now that I actually want block cards. Let's try playing for the long haul here and hope I don't regret that decision. I could. It's entirely possible. 20. He's doing 7, so arc. Oh. Oh yeah, I forgot he had vulnerable, and it doesn't show you the upgraded damage until you try to attack. Cleave card's not necessarily bad. Like now, it would be really super to draw that cleave card. 14 damage. Oh, I'd get rid of that. And we'll only take 2. That worked. Yes, you got the strengths. I'm fine with exhausting another card at random. Oh, that card's less useful because I can't control what it exhausts. Okay, note to self, we may not want that card in the future. That may have been a bad choice. I thought I got to pick, which made it more useful with another card, but I don't. There we go. Draw 3 cards. Take that one. That's a decent card. Confirm. Oh, I didn't even look at it. Blob. Blob's not that bad. King Blob or whatever he's called. It's not that bad. $20 or $15. Oh, I should have. That was dumb. Why do you do dumb things? It's because it's really kind of early in the morning, and I shouldn't be recording this late, but I needed to get this done, or want to get this done today, so I'm recording at like 2 or 3 in the morning, and sometimes my brain don't work so good when it's late at night. Not bad, not bad, because I can probably block most of this. I'm going to double it. Then, oh, I don't have it, so that'll block most of that. It's not that bad. I've had others go way worse. Alright. Because the crush is usually about his worst part. Okay, let's see here. Vulnerable. Slime Crush, which would be bad, but he has that osmosis thing, so I am going to do this, which means he will spawn 2 at 30 instead of, what was it, 40? No, 70 he was about to spawn him with, so we dodged a bullet there. Now we just have to kill these guys. Which, do that. Oh, I didn't explain. A power card, which is what I just played, is it gives you a persistent effect throughout the game. So I'll gain 3 armor at the end of every turn now. 16. Yeah, he's going to go to half either way, so that's fine. Exhausted slime, I guess. I wanna. Nah, it's not worth it. Just pass turn. Because if I draw 3 now, I only have 1 energy to play those cards with, which is wouldn't do me any good. $19, $14 damage. Oh yeah, so that split's going to be real low. And we're not going to take but 5 damage. So that's pretty good for us. Bam. Oh, one of them is going to survive. That lucky butthole. Oh, well, it doesn't matter. Oh, when you beat the boss, the final boss of the stage, you regen all your health points after that boss fight. So we'll get all our health back. So he's not going to be able to kill me is the most important part. Okay, let's see. 100 gold. Double your strength exhaust. I'll take that. Just because if I can get the armor build going, will be great. 12 hit points. Transform 3 cards. And upgrade them. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. And I didn't get anything I actually wanted. But I did gain hit points. Figures. Oh, I know what boss that is. This game is not going to be fun. We may not make it to the 3rd act, but we'll see. We'll give it a good go. Bloody hell. 16. I guess go ahead and hit the one that had the. Boom. And then 5 new march. Cleave again. Oh, that's not good either way. I don't regret this. That's probably the wrong play. But it'll take one of the attackers out because once they take 3 attacks, they stop flying and hit the ground and are stunned. So this is not ideal, but maybe if we get past this and have a couple easy rounds, we can recover. Oh, well, he'll take the full 6. I forgot because he's flying. It also takes less damage. But I do also have a potion that'll recover roughly 20 hit points. That's not terrible either. Upgrade all for what it's worth. 4. Sometimes these are usually not a problem, but sometimes you just get a hand order that makes these simpler fights seem real difficult, and it's kind of disheartening because they shouldn't be that difficult. Kill that guy. Damn it. Darn it. Oh, it's gonna hurt. I should just use the smoke bomb to skip this fight. I didn't think it was gonna be this tough though. One, 2. I can knock him down. 1, 2, 3. That's how I should have looked at it, is ways to knock them down. Might have worked better. Instead of trying to brute force it as hard as I was. Let's see. Not terrible for the block build, but not necessarily what we want either. There's one card that is really nice. Exhaust. There it is. a nice chunk of armor and draw a card. That's a really good card to have. That would be a good artifact to have, but it's not an option. So we'll take it. See if we can get a couple more of those. They're usually not that hard to find. They usually pop up fairly frequently. Low HP, and we gotta deal with this guy. At least that'll trim his armor down. You know what? I'm gonna think better of it. I'm just gonna skip this fight. That guy, plated armor, you get that much every turn unless you take damage, and when you take damage it decreases it by 1. So something with plate armor can be a pain in the neck, and that guy particularly can be. And this is not much better. Block 5, upgrade everything, cost 118 damage. She's the white mage of the pair, so we're going to try to focus on taking her out first. Which looks like we're doing a good job of it, even if we do have to eat 20 damages, or, well, 15-ish. Because I really need her to go down, and it doesn't look like it's going to happen. Is she going to heal herself this round? No, okay, armor. That's 15 armor. And that's why you want her dead. So this is not going according to plan. I'm not looking forward to this at all. Well, there went her armor. That was... Alright, now I gotta start thinking more in terms of survive at this point. So, well, don't have an option. Just gonna have to swing. Okay, she's dead. Let's drink this and see if I can't get back in this fight. He got 15 armor, but it'll go away next round if I don't do anything about it. 13, 3 to 6 is 18, take 5 damage. I didn't need that on top of it, but with her gone, I might be able to pull this off. 5. Take 10 damage. And he'll be vulnerable, but I'm still not liking our chances. But we'll see. We'll see where we end up. 12 damage. This is the best move. Just don't take any damage, hit him, and then we might have to whittle him down one punch at a time, which works just fine if he can't hit us. I mean, I can't block anything either way, so it doesn't really matter. 20. He's down to 25. It's going to be tight. Probably need to kill him this round. 18. We managed to pull it off. We just got to either play real conservative on our champ pathing. I mean, it's a good card. That's its energy. Well, let's go here because I want to avoid the... No. This guy's going to hit me with a thing that makes my cards cost random amounts, which generally doesn't sound that bad. But it can be. It can be very not fun. What's that one again? Not right now. Well, if I'd have played that, I probably would have done more damage. Two energy for a block. Well, that's 0, so we'll take that. That's 1. We'll take that to double to 10. We'll swing for 11. So depending on just, I mean, the sad thing is with his power, sometimes it'll just make his day way worse. Like, yeah, I'm dead though. I don't think I can. Yeah, there's no way I can kill him. Pretty sure. Yeah, pretty sure that's it. We tried. 22 damage. Not quite the top. Force class 22. What's well fed? Increase the max HP. That's cool. But this score down here would have went to unlocking new cards if I had new cards to unlock. And I hope that sort of gave you an idea of what a deck building game is. They're really fun if you enjoy, again, card games and you like strategizing and theory crafting. And this game is a lot of fun despite the simplistic graphics. I've played it I don't know how much, and if it seems like this is something you'd be interested in, it's worth picking up. I know it's available on the Switch and the PC, pretty sure PS4, and I'm not sure about Xbox. So, and I think it retails around $24, but I think it goes on sale fairly frequently. And if you're a fan of card games, I think it's a great pickup. A little bit extra here for some of the stuff I've sort of seen as I've played. When you get defeated, you start the climb all over again. But it'll be a different climb, right? Because it mentions in some of the random things that, like, this is a note in your handwriting. So I wonder if you're in a constant loop inside of this spire, like it's a purgatory thing or something, like you never really die, and maybe the only way to get out is to complete the spire and get to the top and all that other stuff. Anyway, guys, thank you for spending time with me. Follow us on all the social media below. Stay tuned as we'll be releasing more stuff in the weeks to come. And thank you for your time. I'll catch you later. Peace.